Hufflepuff.
Oh, so that's why you want Hufflepuff. You want to get us on your team, don't you? Who's a Hufflepuff? Who wants a bean to be a Hufflepuff? Look at you. It's like jazz hands. She's just killed someone. You know what? No, Joker, you can have one as well, because that's awesome. Catch. Why so serious? See what I did there?
There you go.
See what I did there?
Over there.
Oh, isn't she a peach?
I nearly threw them at your face there. I was going for another one. Oh, sorry.
We've had health and safety on the phone about this before, Marcus.
Really? Okay.
Disgraceful. Last few.
We've got a little Jason there in the middle there.
Oh, go on then. You can pass the Jason.
Oh, here.
Go on, you can have him. What else we have? Oh, hi.
There you go.
She's waving at us for some reason. I don't even know. Oh, you want to Mr. Bean?
Nothing to do with the beans, no.
Go on then.
Over at the back there.
Go on then. You can have one as well because you dressed up.
Oh, I know where that's going.
Is that a samurai sword? Can I use it on him? Is it real? Well, that's not good. Go on, because you got a samurai sword. You'll be great in The Walking Dead. Any zombies?
That was more like a, I don't know, conductor or doing Wingardium Leviosa there. Can you imagine someone in sword fight like that?
If zombies ever attack, I am going nowhere near. Back, zombies. Back. And I'll be like, ah! I mean, something more manly. Like, oh, yeah, the zombies are... yeah.
You just keep digging that hole today,
I do really dig that hole, don't I? Right, no more beans for now, but who loves Merlin? That's really heavy.
I'll move it here. Not that I'm any stronger. I'm probably weaker. Has it been a long day? I don't mind. We all got woken up in our hotel at 3 o'clock this morning. The fire alarm went off. Yeah.
You do not want to see me in pajama bottoms and a hoodie going, what's going on?
Because it's worse enough when you're half alert. So yeah, anyway, I'm off. Have fun with that.
We're meant to be friends, believe it or not.
No, we're not.
Would it be wrong if I beat him up later? They don't like you. They don't like you. Actually, let's find out. Who likes Marcus? Who likes me? Little finger. Little finger. Oh, wait there. I know which insult. This is the worst insult you can ever give to a human being. Who got that? Oh, we have our guest, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Alex and Ruppert to the stage. Come on. Don't worry, guys. We don't bite. Oh, that's just the schedule later on. Yeah, because you're here. How are you doing? Welcome to the stage. No, fine. Oh, there we go. Just sit down. Yeah. Oh, all right, so we'll have Manu Bennett and Anthony Mackie here. Hey. We know that's not true. Comfy there.
I'm ready.
Do you know, I was spooning with Joe Pasquale on that earlier. Joe Pasquale spooned me. Yeah.
How was it?
Warm.
Moist.
Moist. All right, no. Well,
I'm going to give this to you.
I think there's another mic just next to you there, by the way. I think you sat on it. Yeah.
There we go.
Is that mic warm now?
Yeah, it is. Moist.
So, let's actually start. Welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
Thank you.
They've been screaming about you guys for 5 minutes now.
5 minutes?
5 minutes. Like, who loves Merlin? Who's excited about these guys? Who's excited about me? I'm hurt. Anyway, let's get on to the point. Now, what I like to do is I like to get to know you guys a bit better.
Do you?
I do. And what we like to do is we like to do a game of like either or. And you're only allowed to choose one correct answer.
That's the game.
Now, in the past, we've actually had some of the celebrities falling out about it. So...
Are you ready to lose my friendship, Ruppert?
Always. Again.
How often does that happen?
Every time we play this game.
All right, there you go. At least we're not playing Truth or Dare. Ooh, could play Truth or Dare. No. Okay, so I'll start off with an easy one. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
So far, so good. Books or movies? Oh, here we go.
Do we have to agree?
No, you don't have to agree.
No, well, movies.
Movies.
We are agreeing.
Yeah, so far, so... You know what? I'm going to jump straight to a tough one. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Wars.
This is too easy, isn't it? I need the... Dogs or cats?
We're not going to fall out. We're going to end up
Dogs.
leaving here, getting married, having kids.
Yeah, again.
They'll be
Again.
good-looking kids,
Always.
I've got to say.
Bless
Oh,
you.
with full beards.
Can I be Godfather? If
No.
that's all right? Okay, let's have a shot of ice cream or yogurt.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
This is too easy for them. PC or Mac?
Mac.
Right, I need to find a tough one. This is not going very well so far. Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
Twitter, I've never been on Facebook.
Okay. Marvel or DC? Here we go, fight.
I'm going DC only because I'm in the middle of Gotham at the moment, so I'm like.
That makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
So what, you
You
can
go for
tell
what
by
you're
my
watching.
look. Yeah, that makes sense.
You've got the Gotham. Well, the Gotham bag's just there, by the way.
Oh my God! How do we win that?
Would you like the Gotham bag? Should I give him the Gotham bag? You can have that.
Oh my
Oh
God!
my
This is
God.
the greatest thing in the world.
Right, what do I get then?
It's got a pin badge.
Did you want so? I'll find you something.
Oh my God!
Right.
That's the greatest thing ever.
There you go.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you're really nice.
Thank you.
It's shocking, I know.
I'm me, Marvel.
Marvel.
For me. Marvel for me.
I'm with you. I'm with their Marvel. Yeah. That's why I'm being nice to you, because I don't like what
Thanks.
you chose.
No one wanted this. Finally.
Someone said
DC guy.
DC, so we
Have
can get
it.
your bag.
Okay, so see, we're talking about Marvel or DC. If you could be a superhero, which one would it be? There's a tough one for you.
Spider-Man.
I was going to say that maybe.
Because I'm off, and I be gone.
I'll go Batman.
Batman. Can you
Yeah.
do Batman impression at all? If
no.
you say you're going to be Batman, you've got to do it.
But so Spider. Oh, he did the impression. Then he did that.
Yeah, that's all he
It
does.
depends. Well, I don't know. The guy in Gotham's a bit like bland, so I suppose this guy. Yeah. Oh, the Alfred. Yeah. All right, mate. All right.
Alfred's tougher than Bruce and Gotham, let's be
He
fair.
is, yeah.
I would not mess with
Fuck no.
Alfred.
Sean Pertwee's an
No.
amazing actor
He
as
is,
well, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
So,
Sorry. There we go. Let's
no,
go.
I'll love it when we go off track. It's great. So, what's it been like being part of a show that is obviously loved by fans? You love the show, don't you guys? And they obviously love you guys as well. They got the hint, they're getting it. So, what's it been like of just having such a huge fan base?
It's amazing and overwhelming. You know, the show finished 4 years ago, and every time me and Alex meet up to do these things, we always have that slight fear that we're going to walk through the doors and no one's going to want to meet us. And no one's going to turn up to these things. And it always is staggering. And more people are either watching it again and still loving it, or new generations of people are watching it. And it's great. you know.
Thankfully, it's on Netflix, and I think Sci-Fi have just
Sci-Fi
picked it
are
up
just
as well.
about to put it on.
Yeah,
I think it's
again,
next week. I
which
think
is
it's coming out.
amazing. And I mean, Ruppert was in the show a lot longer than I was. I was initially in it for the last year, but the love that you have for Merlin is unfathomable, and we're so thankful. So thank you.
Thank you
Round
very
of
much.
applause.
Round of
then.
applause to
For
yourselves.
you guys, yeah.
Thank you.
Is everyone going to be watching it when it repeats on Sci-Fi? Try not to cry, okay? Just breathe, breathe. You look so really worried there. It's like, it's back on Sci-Fi. So, what are some of your favourite kind of memories from Merlin? Is there anything that stands out, gets you emotional, just like the lady here who was...
Just generally, Owen Macken. Just across the board.
Gets me emotional.
Just gets me emotional. No, I always tell this story, so forgive me for repeating things. But my very, very first day on Merlin season 5 was they covered a mountain in fake snow. It was one of the hottest days in March. We were all wearing sunglasses because of the glare of this fake snow. There was a green cloth on the floor that was meant to represent a ravine that I had to jump over. There were like bandits shooting bow and arrows. and there was a guy on a stepladder, Nick from the props art department, with a sort of cigarette in his mouth, going, "All right, mate, first day." And it was just the most. I just come from a small, very independent TV show called Privates, an army drama, and just arrived to the full top scale of such a juggernaut of a machine of a show.
What,
And
a
it
guy
was-
up a ladder with a cigarette? That's the,
No, yeah,
that's
Nick,
the
Nick,
highlight,
Nick,
is
Nick
it?
was the pinnacle. No, it was just the whole scene of the thing, the fake snow on the mountains and working with Colin and Bradley and the green
Ruppert.
screen element. Ruppert, you weren't there, but Ruppert and but you know it was the whole thing, and I always remember that, and I can remember phoning my mum. So how's your first day? You know, just having to describe what I was seeing, and it was just that'll always stay with me.
Awesome. What about you, Ruppert? Any fond memories?
I think, again, said it before, but I think when all the knights got together and we rode in to the castle in France in our capes into the castle, and lots of fans came to watch, hundreds of people. It was an amazing moment of kids going, "Oh," and we were going, "Yeah, I know, it's really cool, isn't it?" But having to pretend, we were like, "Yeah, whatever, we do this all the time." But all of us were like, this is something really, really special. And it was great. You can't beat it. I mean,
Is
it's
horse
brilliant.
riding tough at all?
Yeah, I mean, when I first joined, at the audition, they said, "Can you horse ride?" And then in my back of my head was like, "Don't lie, because this is something that you have to do. It's not like, oh, there might be horse riding, can you do it?" So I was like, "Look, I'm happy around horses, but I've never really done it." And I remember my first day on a horse in France, and they had to get a kind of fishing wire, and a guy had a shot holding the reins, because every time the horse moved, I was like, "Okay, is that normal?" And don't whistle, because some horses are trained to just pretend to die or pretend, and you're like,
No, that's true. Some of the
it is,
horses
yeah.
that we train on in France and in Wales, they're like the Lamborghini of film horses. You know, they are the supreme, and some of them have triggers for tricks. So I can remember getting on the horse in France, and Chino, the horse master, he said, "This horse is really docile. But just don't pull and hit with the right." And I said, "Why?" "He will literally collapse and roll." So you're like, okay, and the thing that's going through your head is, don't do that. Don't do that. Do that. Don't. And you end, so there's a big thing.
Would
And
you
it's really
feel
hard
safer
not
doing
to-
the Monty Python one with the coconuts and just running
Well,
along?
my
safer.
funny story is that about the horses is that my first time on camera on horseback was having to be backwards on the horse. So I learned everything. I had to be without a saddle, riding backwards, facing the knights. They were teasing me. So I didn't even learn to ride a horse for the first time normally. I had to learn. Chino, the horse master, was like, "Well, you're not going to face that way. You're going to face the other way." "Why?" "Okay." So yeah, it was very cool.
That's funny. Yeah, my first time, I think after that, they got me down and they just filmed my face, and I was actually standing, just swaying gently to just make it look like I was on a horse. And they cut away to a stunt guy.
Just like this.
But by the end, the first time I ever galloped in my life was on camera. So they literally they would be very naughty at going, "Right, we're going to gallop, but don't worry, Ruppert, it'll be stunt guys, it'll be stunt." And then they'll go, "Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, guys on the horses," and the stunt guys will go on the horses and gallop. And they'll go, "Okay, guys, can you jump on? We've got to get this in." And you are suddenly on a horse, action, and the thing goes. And it's always in the scariest area where the other side was a drop to literally your death.
Wow.
And we were going, and I've never been more scared and exhilarated. And I got there, and all the producers were like, "This is amazing, the shots, come and look at the shot." And literally having almost died, being terrified, you can hardly see it's me. They literally cut the shot before I went past. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Anyway, but so it was amazing, yeah.
It sounds amazing. Now, I've got a bit of a weird question for you. Now, Merlin ended with a very I don't want to spoil it with it coming back on TV, but ended with quite an interesting way. Now, it may give it away a bit, but if Merlin was kind of brought into modern day, would you like to see your characters kind of reincarnated or somehow end up
Well,
back
you
there?
survived, so you.
I did.
I didn't, so I would love to come back. That'd be lovely. I said in an interview ages ago, and I'm going to stick by it, but I think if Mordred did exist in modern day, I think he would be part of the circus life. He'd be a sort, because he would still want to use his magic, so he would be part, or maybe a magician, maybe just like a standard, maybe like Darren Brown. It's like selling out the Piccadilly Circus Theatre and all this sort of stuff, Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be great. Modern day Merlin. We saw modern day Merlin hobo Merlin.
That could be interesting. It worked for Sherlock, so it could work for you guys as
I
well.
think it'd be quite fun. It's just, again, the idea of doing it would be brilliant, and so many variations of what you could do with it.
It
Yeah,
could be fun.
I don't know
Would you
what
want
Leon
your
would be doing.
characters to keep their old memories, so it's just kind of in the future kind of way? I've given it away now, but there we go. Would you like to have the same memories, or would you like it where they're totally different memories and the characters start remembering what happens in the past?
I like that.
That one's good.
Yeah.
I would just like to work with the guys again. We had so much fun on it, and we were such and they were really best mates on it. So yeah. And we still keep in touch, which is one of the very few jobs that we skip from job to job to job as actors. But Merlin's one of the very few jobs that I've made some really close friends on.
Well, you can tell straight away when you came up on stage, obviously, good friends with each other.
Just met him. What's your name?
I don't know. And,
Manu.
Grady Hendricks.
Anthony.
Grady.
Yeah. Before we jump onto some fan questions, so get ready, guys. I'm going to come around and get some fan questions. Again, I thought I'd ask quite an interesting one. If you had magic powers, so you woke up tomorrow in Comic-Con and you had magic powers, what would you do? The silence says it all, ladies and gentlemen.
Magic powers, like as in superhero powers, or no, just magic?
Just magic.
What would I do?
What would you do? Do you have these
I'd
magic
disappear. Just disappear.
powers? Would you like an autograph? Yes. Gone.
No, disappear, but then reappear someplace else, like behind them. So they're about to take a selfie, and then I'm not there, and then I'm holding the camera. Poof.
And then
Here we go. Best answer you've had on this sofa. Mic drop.
It was quite good. What about yourself?
Well, I can't be that. I don't know, but being invisible, would that be good? Or flying around? Like at Comic-Con?
I would love to see Rupes, the interviews now, mate.
Yeah, I'd be like at the
Rupes?
ceiling.
Roop,
What are you
yeah, he's
doing?
gone. He's off.
A magic power. I always get asked this. You'd think after however many Comic-Cons I'd have an answer for that. I really don't know.
I like to be a pain.
Yeah.
It's
So
working.
we're not going to... I've got to think now, haven't I? We're not going moving forward until I answer. No, I'm going to go invisible. I don't know what I'd do with it.
Would you steal stuff from the stands and then go
No,
back
I
there and say,
would-
look what I've nabbed, look at these. I've got
No,
a
I
Gotham
mean, that's
bag and no one
dishonest.
noticed.
I would take it and leave some money, maybe give, I would, probably try on some stuff, be able to browse, go, do I like this or not? Be quite weird trying on stuff if you're invisible because you just see, you wouldn't know if it works. I've really got to think about this. Am I seeing you tomorrow? Maybe I can answer.
I'll come
Ask me
find
that
you.
again.
We'll get the
Yeah.
answer.
Okay.
We'll reconvene.
I feel like taking right now, I will find you.
I will find it. Yeah,
I don't know
that's
who
good.
you are. Well, he doesn't know who you are, obviously. But, right, should we have some fan questions? Who has some questions? Look at that, right over there. All right, let's come over to you, and then I'll come to the gentleman back here. Sorry, I'm going to have to squeeze through here, guys. Try not to stand on you. There we go.
You've talked about your favourite scenes to film, but what would be your favourite scenes as someone watching the show?
Oh, as if we've watched it and that was to watch. Well, I was in it, but I still love watching it. It's the Dolma. Love the Dolma. Colin Morgan in a dress, in a fat suit, with a bra, with that voice. It's making me cry with happiness just thinking of it. Set her down by the lake. That was pretty good. I nailed that, yeah. So, yeah, just watching it, though. But also because watching it without knowing how much we were laughing off camera. So you see the most beautiful scene. He appears and Bradley and myself and Angel are stone faced and we're doing the scene and we walk away and it's very emotional. We got the Queen back and, but that was take 12 because we just kept laughing all the way through it. So knowing that was a great work by the editors on that one.
I think for me the troll episodes were great to film, but also to watch and see how they do things. And all the fights, because they added so much more. The battle scenes at the end of Series 2 and 3 were amazing to shoot. And actually, the end of Series 2 with the dragon was just incredible. And you're running back and forth and be quite repetitive. And with the CGI stuff afterwards, watching, it just makes it look phenomenal. So all the battle stuff is amazing. Also, there'll be some actors who towards the end of Series 5, when we would celebrate the end and go out and have very little sleep, celebrate a bit too much, it'd be interesting to watch those the kind of scenes that we filmed not feeling too great.
Too great, you know, with the
But actually,
bloodshot
ironically,
eyes.
yeah, the bits when we're reading it because we can't actually talk. It was. Don't know what you're talking about.
Brilliant. Right, gentleman down the back middle here.
Hi guys. I was curious if there was ever a period there was a possibility for either of your characters having some romantic interest towards Morgana. Maybe specifically Sir Leon as being the right-hand man of
out of
Arthur.
anyone, it's going to be you because
Yeah.
I've got she's like a maternal relationship with Mordred, right?
Yeah, well, I think when I first joined in Series 2, I remember towards the end talking to Katie, and we found out that there was a kind of, I don't know what the word is when you put two names together. It was like...
A ship.
Thank you.
Ship.
And I can't remember what we had, but we had a ship name.
Which
what
is
was
what?
it? It wasn't Leonora. It was Leonora. What was it? I can't remember what it was, but we were really... So, and this was before she became bad. And we were like, this is going to be fantastic. I think this would be a great story. And I then thought there was definitely a possibility for Leon to be with Morgana. I think that's the weakness of the show, is that Leon never had any love interest. It was the only unbelievable bit, the idea that Leon would never have love between anyone. It was weird. We tried to put it in one. We tried to have... there's a moment where I'm walking down a corridor and I bump into Merlin and Arthur, and they've got something weird, and they said, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, reading poetry." I think Arthur goes, "Oh, it's poetry." And I was trying to have me coming in with the kitchen wench, this wonderful actress who was there, and we were going to have us kind of me tiptoeing in a half undress and just having an awkward standoff. But the producers went, "No, that's too much." And then me and Angel, during a take, we were trying to get us together, Gwen, and when Arthur's dying, we kind of filmed a scene where we leant over and kissed each other. That got... No, we tried really hard, but...
It sounded like you tried really hard.
No, we did. Yeah, sorry.
I think I've just invented a new ship which is used to, and I think it could be called Rix. Or you could do Ryder, which is Alexander and Richard.
Okay, I'm called Ruppert, but...
Oh, sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking right now.
Don't worry, that's quite good.
Rooks. Could do Rooks.
Maybe my superpower could be being called Rich.
It's because all the names earlier, it's just
right,
confuses.
it's
Now, do we have
forgiven.
any of our fan questions? Oh, we've got a lady over here. I'm going to run. I'm going to get right in the camera here. Was it the gent lady here? There we go.
So I wanted to ask, you guys have been in your role for quite a long time. When you start another role or character, do you find it difficult to kind of drop the personality or characters of your old person?
Do you find it hard getting a new personality from going from one character to another?
That's the point of acting. I get what you're saying. No?
I think, but sometimes I think when you go up for other things, I did another show called The White Queen straight after Merlin, and I remember going, oh, this is a kind of similar vein. And so there's definite similarities between the kind of periods where you try and change. I mean, each character is very different, so you do find different voices and different movement and different thoughts that you don't have in other shows. So no, normally you can switch it off. Maybe if I was more method, it would take me longer, but...
Playing Philippe in Versailles is quite hard to shake, but I haven't yet played another character to really shake him. Just trying to get him away from you. The end of filming is the tricky bit. To go back to yourself sometimes is quite hard, but yeah.
Kind of linked to Versailles, what you were saying there, and Merlin. Obviously, the outfits. How long does it take to get into the outfits, get them fit?
Well, the chainmail's a bugger on Mordred, and in Merlin, sorry, the chainmail was a bugger. But for Philippe, the costumes are a massive help to get into character. But they're beautiful, but they do take a while. Yeah, from me to arrive at the location to the time we start filming, it's a 2.5 hour transformation. Wigs, makeup, heels, It's the heels mostly. Takes me about an hour and 45 minutes to get into them.
You enjoy it, Reed. Now, we've got time for one question. Batgirl down here. I'll just run along. Hello, Batgirl. What's your question? Sorry.
Have you guys ever encountered the same personality traits from your character to like who you are?
Are you similar to Sir Leon?
I look a bit like him.
The looks.
You know what? I'd like to think that Leon is a very loyal man, and I think that I like to think I'm quite loyal. What else? I don't know. It's a really good / hard question.
Yeah. We'll come back to you. It's a really good question. I would love. Mordred has undying loyalty to people and trust, and he does have a big heart, and his heart gets trampled upon, the whole Kara thing and stuff like that, and so he trusts Merlin, he trusts Arthur, and he trusts Kara, and he ends up trusting Morgana. He just fully trusts people, and I'm like that. I will go and completely and have full belief in people like that. So that's my similar trait, if anything.
And that's, I think, is time. Just check
hang
the
on,
time.
hang on. He gets a Gotham bag. What do I get?
You know what? I'm going to go get you something, and I'm going to drop it off at your booth. Now, the lads...
See, that's on camera, everyone. If he doesn't come up to me and give me something, then
I am a man of my words.
He says, crossing his fingers, man.
No. I will find you at the booths just behind us here.
Yes, it is. Come on over and say hello.
So we need to give a huge, huge round of applause. You've been absolutely brilliant on the stage. Alex and Ruppert.
Thank you.
You've been getting applauded by Pikachus back there. Come on, we can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.